to say to go through the door, we have to all shed many skins. We have to dismantle our most holy, sacred altars. And it's true. Anything that is truly yours, that is truly of the purity of your own resonance, of your own direct ray from the One, will remain with you. And anything that is not shall go. It's like the old story of the monkey holding the nut with his hand in the jar. You know that one? And he really wants to be free of the jar. He really wants to get this hand out. But as long as he's holding onto the nut, his hand won't come. So he's stuck in there for a long time. What's called is that total surrender. As long as you try to hold on to the third dimension, as long as you try to hold on even to your old 3D spiritual concepts, anything that's based in duality or illusion, as long as you try to hold on to it, your fears, you're not going to make it out of the jar or through the door. It's that total letting go. And I finally mastered surrender myself. It took me years. I was very clever. I guess part of me might still be, I don't know. I used to be when I was younger. And I thought I could trick surrender. You know, I thought I could make a deal with surrender. And every time in my life it came, you can always tell when it's time to surrender. First of all, your life gets really hard. You know that one? It's like a huge weight is on your life. And first you start walking, you go, gee, things are a little difficult now. And then, you know, you don't surrender, of course, because you haven't realized that. So you go, I wonder why it's so hard. Then the next thing you know, you're crawling on your hands and knees. You go, oh, it's getting really harder. What am I to do? Come on, God, why don't you help me? This is hard. You are being helped. Whenever you get that pressure on your life, that heavy pressure, and you also get messages. It starts out as a little whisper, you know, like, Solara. And I go, not now, I'm busy, later. Then it goes, Solara. And you know, you ignore it again. And then it's tap, tap, tap. Come on. In a minute, I know I'm going to do it. I'm coming. You know I'm very interested in my spiritual path, of course. I have a few things I have to do now. I have to make money. I have to find my true love. I have to get my master's degree so the third dimensional world will believe in me, you know, soon. And then it's like, boom, boom. And you're going, come on, I'll be there soon. You know? Wait till my children graduate from college. You know? How many of us have done this? Then the next thing you know, it's Solara, you know? And I'm going, oh, why is life being so cruel? I wasn't doing anything. I didn't stroke of fate. So we're told, we're given the opportunity to surrender very gently. But we don't. And then I used to, even after all of that, then I'd finally say, all right, I know I have to surrender. Nothing's going to get better in my life till I surrender. So then you try to, let's make a deal. You go, all right, you could have everything except for this and this and this. Here, I'm making a complete surrender. You know, some of you, it's like, look, I came to Egypt, I spent all that money, I left my home, my work, I'm here, that was enough of a surrender. How come it's not happening? Surrender does not work unless it's 100%. Believe me, I know. I spent years trying to do the 90% surrender, the 99%. I finally learned it about 10 years ago. And one time I was being told it was time to make a complete surrender. And I said, of course. I mean, because I really, I'm really dedicated to all this stuff. I'm very obedient. And I said, you can have everything except for my children. Guess what went? Within 2 weeks, my children were gone. That taught me. I finally learned the art of surrender. You give everything. The first moment you hear that first whisper, that first Solara, or the first little tap, I don't wait till it gets really hard and heavy anymore. I go, oops, time to surrender. Stop everything. Give everything. Everything. The whole 1111, Starborn, everything, all elements of everything. I say, here, take it all. If you do that, what is truly yours will always come back to you. My children actually came back to me. I had to wait a few months, so I really learned the lesson. And because it was right that they be with me, they were returned. Anything that is truly yours will remain with you. Anything that truly serves your higher purpose will remain with you. And if you know that, then you will have no more fear about surrendering. There is nothing to lose, because you cannot lose what is in perfect alignment with the truth of your being. People think I'm very courageous. I'm not. I just learned that. I hate suffering. So I decided the easy way, if you're lazy and you like the easy way, don't put off surrendering till you're almost dead, till you have the car crash, or, the house falls over, or your life falls apart. Change your life now. Do it at the first call. Immediately. Here's everything. And whatever's truly yours will remain. That's the real security. It's a way of really vanquishing the fear forever.